Hello, welcome to Friday Sews. I'm going to give you an update of what's going on in the sewing room, what is coming up on the channel, my sewing plans, and a little bit about life. My sewing machine that I primarily sew on is in the shop. It needs parts. I saw this coming and I knew that it was going to be a while when I'd be without my machine. I do have backup machines and I have a beautiful serger, so I'm not without a machine, but I have found that I have a strong preference for sewing on Astrid, who is my Viking Designer Diamond Royale. She's what I'm used to sewing with. I have been using my time very wisely, and I've got a video coming out on Sunday on the big problem in my sewing room setup that I'm resolving. I have been up here working a lot, and let me tell you, it is not pretty right now, and it was really bad just a couple of days ago. I'm going to show you what it looks like in my sewing room. I am not going to give you a curated space. This is real life. I have taken so many things apart, and it's going to go back together in a way that's going to be more useful for me. I have three outcomes I'm looking for in this change up of my sewing room. I want it to be more peaceful sewing and to just be a serene, peaceful environment to come into the sewing room. The other thing is I need to have better storage. The storage room, the attic storage space that's semi-finished and off of the sewing room is not working how it is now. There are things that are randomly stored in the guest rooms that should be tucked away. And if I can make more space in that room, I can store them away nicely. We don't have a ton of storage space in this house, so we need to be smart about it. And yes, I do have to share even if I don't want to. I would love if this entire room and all that attic space was devoted for storage. But the reality is I wouldn't be happy if I had to live amongst the stuff like suitcases and the little fold-up mattresses that we have tucked away in this storage area. I want that extra storage. And also, I would really like to have a place inside my sewing room where I could work on my computer. A little desk area, just a little nook for my laptop. I've tried to bring my laptop up here and it's either ended up on my cutting table or over on my sewing cabinet, and it's just in the way. And I want to make sure nothing happens to my laptop, but also I want to be able to work on it. I do some volunteer work and I need ready access to it. And my sewing room is a quiet, peaceful place where I can work. I think if I'm smart with my organization, I can keep my large cutting table that I can walk all the way around and add that computer space. I do have some sewing plans, and fingers crossed that Astrid comes home soon. I do love my Juki 2010Q, and so that will be great to work on with the straight stitch, and I do have backup machines. So first on my plans is to hem Grandma Lois's bathrobe. I have it sitting over there on the cabinet. I need to pull it up 3 inches, and the deadline for that is Thanksgiving. The next thing on my list is to finish prepping the book sleeve kits that I'm going to bring when I visit the grandchildren so we can sew it together. I want to do all the prep of cutting them out, interfacing, attaching the fusible fleece, those kinds of things, so that when I'm with the boys, we can just sew up the seams and not have to worry about cutting or pressing with an iron. They are ages 9 through 5, and as much as I can do to avoid dangerous things, I'm going to do that. I still have a goal to sew down my enormous French terry and sweatshirting stash. I have so much, but I love it. I did add some things when I had my colors done, and it's not cold here very often, so my stash got really big. And even though I sew a lot for the grandchildren, they're very little, and it doesn't take much fabric. So I need to sew that down because I have too much, but also I want to use that big container for storing our down comforter when it is not cold, which is most of the year. That'd be a good way to keep it clean and dust free and out of the way. We don't have any good place to keep it. It has been living inside a cardboard box that's big. It's bulky. I think if I reduce the French terry, I'll have a new home for it. And the final thing on my immediate sewing plans is to sew the Eliza cardigan for my niece. We're going to be visiting my brother-in-law's family over Thanksgiving, and I want to have that long-line duster length cardigan to bring to her, have her try it on, test the size, have her have something really cool to wear to school or just lounging around the house. And then later we will sew together the little sleeveless vest top and lounge pants. I have a lot of things coming to my channel. On Sunday, I'm going to be talking about the big problems in my sewing room and how I am solving them. So look for that on Sunday. Then I'm going to be also doing a video on my style journey. I have found my 3 words that describe my personal style. I want to sew clothes that I want to reach for again and again. That's taken a little more time to film because it's helpful for me to go through the process of filming it and honing in on what it is that I want for my wardrobe. Then on Tuesday, November 26th, I have my video coming out on the Vlogger Tour for A Gift to November. This is a challenge hosted by Alison from Sew Like Dottie, where we give you ideas of things that you can sew for gifts. My day is Tuesday. I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to engage with others on my favorite hobby, sewing clothes for myself and for my family. I'm going to be looking going forward at how I can build that engagement, both for you and for me. And there are a couple things that you could do that could help me with this. First of all, the thing I want most is to communicate and have that engagement. I love it when you leave comments, ask questions, and I love it especially when I see you talking to each other in the comment section. So if you can, leave a comment, even if it's just chat. I love to read it. I love to feel that engagement. The other thing I noticed is in my analytics that 65% of the people who come back time and again to watch my videos aren't subscribed. If you are enjoying my videos, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button, the bell, all the YouTube things. But what I love most of all is just to talk sewing with you in the comments below. I have some really fun ideas for some future videos. And for those of you who are regulars, the little bit about life other than the new glasses is I did get a haircut. I wanted to take down one of the barriers to swimming regularly, and that meant chopping off some hair. I have wavy curly hair. You can see it's wanting to do a little bit of curling there. And a pixie cut is just easy for me. I want to exercise, I want to feel good. And I was letting this hair and how difficult it is to manage keep me from doing something I really love. I hope you do what you love, and I'll see you soon.